Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Smoke and Steel League event. It's going to be 2 Corps versus the Missouri State Guard. First round is going to be Pry Brisk Mill, followed up by our second round, which is going to be the High Street. Before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description and get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do, and advertise the regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Here are the current standings. 2 Corps on top of their group with MSG on the bottom. Regiments on each side. On the 2 Corps side, you have the Alabama Volunteer Corps, 59th New York, Free States Brigade, 12th Virginia, and the Colquitt's Brigade, whereas on the Missouri State Guard side, or Union side for this round, you have the Twin Banners, 7th Texas, 10th United States Corps Brigade, Jackson Division, and the Shenandoah Regulars. Server pop right now is 310. Inbalance is 1 towards the Union side. No artillery on this map. Couple minutes late into this as my mouse started having a heart attack and the whole thing started lagging. So that's why we missed the first couple minutes. And unfortunately for us, there's been non-stop action since the start of this round. Union charged up almost instantaneously, and they've actually been able to hold the line here, which is what you don't normally see on Pry Brisk Mill. Normally you see Union just sit on their side of the river and just kind of shoot it out with the CSA the whole time. And then eventually they'll charge in, and CSA will completely wipe them. And if Union does make it across, they'll get shot down. But Union's actually been able to get kind of a foothold here. And that is something that is very unprecedented. CSA looking to try to throw them out now. But Union seems to have a strong foothold already. CSA still trying to trickle in here. And that's the thing for Union is, you know, it's surprising that they're holding. I mean, they're killing CSA on tickets. Union's up almost half a stage. The USA, I mean, they're the attackers. Attackers have a ticket advantage. They have an 18% ticket advantage on this map, which is a little bit. And, I mean, they are... It's crazy. Weapons on this map. Union has the 10th United States with the Springfield 61 and the 4th Pennsylvania with the Sharps carbine and pistols, which Union, you can see like Star there, he's using that to his full advantage here. CSA is just trying to trickle in now to try to push them out. Like 7th Texas is now trickling in their guys, and they're just getting wiped. They're not able to overwhelm the Union. Whereas CSA side, they have the Holcomb Legion with the Sharps carbine, or Enfield, and the 1st Georgia with the Enfield and Springfield 42, which has buck and ball. Which again is another reason why Union doesn't normally hold, because the thing is that as the server pop increases to 300, the map is kind of wide, but wherever the Union go, CSA can kind of just corner them and then just shoot buck and ball right into them and destroy them all. But
hey, watch out, we got someone behind.
But, I mean, this is absolutely unbelievably good for the Union side. Again, it's something you don't normally expect. And at this point, Union's probably going to get a foothold. They might try to push out and deal some damage, which you can see at least 5th VA is kind of doing that right now. And 2 Corps is having a huge amount of success on here. Frontline reporters today. For the Union side on 2 Corps, you have Archer here from the 6th Louisiana. Mirroring this on the other side, you have Articus from the Twin Banners, more specifically 1st Maryland. So, appreciate them getting us their frontline views. But that being said, Union's getting a foothold. It looks like they're sending some of the pistol guys out into the woods to start dealing some damage to the CSA. But honestly, at this point, if you're CSA, I mean, 34 minutes left on the clock, and you're down to taking losses. That's actually insane. Normally, as an attacker, you want to get the defender down to engaged by the 30-minute mark. So the pace that they're going at is incredible. And I mean, I would normally say for this map that Union kind of has the whole width of it. They can attack anywhere as long as they kind of do it as a team and try to catch the CSA off guard. And I guess Union did that. I guess I don't know how CSA reacted initially because things were lagging a little too much on my end and everything was breaking. So, Union is down on tickets, but it's not like that's the worst thing in the world.
We gotta do something. We can't just sit here.
So, Union's starting to spread out a little more. CSA, you can see, kind of countering Union in a sense, going a big line across the width of the map to spread themselves out. They don't want to get too clumped up for Union shots. Not that Union has buck and ball, but, I mean, those pistols are going to be just as deadly.
Straight down that line, take aim and all that smoke, cut the grass, boys. Fire!
Immediate reload. Fill the gap.
Yeah, grass is greener on this side of the
So, I mean, at this rate, Union should be maybe fine doing this. I mean, we'll see over the next few minutes if Union starts to take a huge ticket loss in terms of a shootout. 6LA looks like they moved over to flank on the CSA, get on the side of their line that they have over here, which you can see CSA has maybe shifted that way, but...
It's a little hot out here, boys.
Hey,
a little spicy.
We love this environment. You're not comfortable here. You're
How do you run my way? I'm
One click left east.
So, I will say it's kind of fascinating. So, I don't exactly know how the map pick system works for this, but it's surprising that 2 Corps got lucky pulls with this tonight, because, I mean, Progress Mill is a... I mean, it's slightly Union bias, I would say. Over the years, though, CSA has played it a lot more competitively and has started winning a few. So the trend has been going towards the CSA's way, especially on the higher server pop. So, but it's still, in the sense, Union bias in the end. I mean, we're seeing it now, how if Union executes perfectly and maybe CSA makes a mistake or two, that it can go this way. But picking High Street, I don't know what map 2 Corps picked and what map MSG picked, but the fact that 2 Corps gets High Street as attackers to CSA as well, that is absurd. I mean, 2 Corps already has a significant lead in this event. I mean, inside the group, but also compared to everyone else. And, I mean, if they win both rounds tonight, 2 Corps is probably getting in the playoffs regardless. So, I mean, it's been a couple minutes, and that, I mean, Union had taken losses, but that ticket gap is still, I mean, it may be slightly growing in Union's favor. So, I mean, at this point, the only way CSA is going to be able to win this game is by forcing Union to cap, and then CSA goes in to retake the point and regain some tickets and force this to be a closer fight. Or CSA tries to push Union into last stand if Union does early cap, which would be a result of CSA turtling, but I highly doubt we'll see Union early cap. You don't really see it too much in regimental events. I mean, accidental caps is what I mean by that. You see it sometimes in regimentals, but not always. Meanwhile, also, the CSA tickets, they're very close to hitting breaking already, so...
They're pulling off from the east towards the northeast. They're moving right to left. Big group movement right to left.
Northeast.
You heard the man. Keep them barrels hot.
But it doesn't seem like I mean, CSA is backing off, but they're not. I mean, there isn't really a whole lot of places to turtle on this map. You could try. I mean, their main spawn is here. I don't know how far they can go this way. They can kind of. They can maybe huddle behind this barn. I don't know if shots can go through it. I assume they can, based on other maps that I've seen. But there's not a whole lot of places to turtle for CSA. You could say CSA turtles back here, but Union can run up out of bounds and then shoot at them point blank. So there's not a whole lot of places for CSA. Sorry to miss that beginning. I wish I could have seen how Union broke through that. I mean, I saw Union just rush up and just kind of charge in, and they just kind of seemed overwhelmed and hold the spot. So, I mean, it's kind of getting to a point where CSA's got to find some way to get a ticket lead, which that is a very hard ask at this point. I mean, what are you supposed to do? This, honestly, this broadcast could be very, very, very short, because High Street, depending on how the map goes, but High Street can go very, very fast. You normally don't expect Progress Mill to go this fast.
Right face, move at the double quick, rear.
So 10th US, who was capping point for CSA, has now pulled off of it. CSA is now turtling in really the only spot you can think of. Union can get here if they run out of bounds to take shots. But I don't know why CSA is doing it now. Any second they're about to hit breaking. So I don't get why they would. They should have done this sooner. They should have done this sooner. You do not have enough time. But you don't have enough tickets. I mean, Union has 27 minutes. They're gonna try to do this. Now they might send some guys to early cap. You also have some CSA over here that are clearly not. Some 30th Ohio guys and 10th US guy, 3rd California guy. 2 cores getting these kills, which I don't know if it'll hit them in the breaking. Uh-oh. Sid was talking in game for his. But I mean, every one of these kills is gonna matter. Union's starting to pre-cap. Nice couple shots there from 30th Ohio on those 6 LA guys. At least the guys that were trickling off to the right side. So, I mean, if I was Union, I would send a couple of guys to pre-cap point. I mean, even Union's kind of won so far, at least on that initial charge. So maybe you think if CSA charged Union, they could hold it. Looks like the Cav is going to go up and try to hit him in the breaking, which would make the most sense. The Cav has those pistols and at least get a couple shots off per person. Doesn't knock him down yet. If I were CSA, at this point, you're not going to be able to delay this. You need to charge out and try to hold point. Which you do have. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go. They hit breaking, and this is a very quick match of war of rights. Union's going to take this. At least they should. Oh, wow. CSA is actually taking it back. I mean, you got some Union. I think those 6 LA guys over there. It also looks like a good chunk of Union is off the point. I mean, in the end, as long as Union holds this ticket lead, Union's perfectly fine right now, which you can see the backside of the CSA is getting pushed through by Union right now.
Get a tiger! Get rid of!
And points starting to go back in Union's favor. Wow. CSA spawn is kind of close. I mean, they might be able to get over here, but Union's got enough guys over here, and the CSA trickle will get shot down as it goes in. There's a spawn wave.
Are we live?
Yes, we are.
No matter who you are, just hold here. You gotta hold this.
5-9 rally.
So that's a really good win for the 2-core side. Again, they won this map very, very fast, something you don't see too often anymore these days, especially when you got a high server pop as this. So, I mean, there's not much more to say. I'm shocked CSA just kind of, I don't know, I'm shocked CSA lost it. I mean, especially on 300 pop, that's pretty bad for CSA side. Look at the down flag in the back. But this is like the old times. Usually the quick charges and all of that happens on this map. Usually that's something you see like a couple of years ago. That's definitely not anything you see right now. So I'll get the updated stats on casualties and whatnot from one of the frontline reporters, and we can get the actual stats instead of what my screen is going to show. But good first round here. Really well done, the 2-core. And based on how High Street normally goes and 2-core dominating this round, 2-core is probably going to sweep round 2. We'll see, though. We'll see all for that shortly. And here we are for round number 2. Remember, the sides are flipped now. And with that being said, looking at our server count here, it's down to a little less than 300. But in balance is 4 to the CSA side. Union doesn't have artillery, CSA does, and CSA will bring 5, or rather 2-core will bring 5, because as they swap sides, 2 cores on CSA, MSG leading Union. And as mentioned, this map horrendously biased to CSA, as we've seen over the years. If we look at the ticket imbalance of this map, it's only 13% advantage to the CSA, not as much as the previous round. However, the weapons and the positioning of everything is just insanely biased towards the CSA side. Now, Union, they have the 9th Vermont with the Enfield and the 65th Illinois with the Springfield 61, whereas CSA has the 14th Tennessee and the 18th Mississippi. Both regiments have the Springfield 55, the Enfield, but more importantly, they have the Springfield 42 with buck and ball, so they all can have shotguns on this tiny map. CSA usually pushes up top and will hit the Union, which is why most of the Union is here. However, some CSA does like to try to go through these houses here, which is why you have some Union here. Also, CSA can go down the road. I mean, it's a pretty tiny map, not a whole lot you can do, but for now, CSA is starting to engage 12th VA and 10th US kind of going at it point blank, whereas you got the 59th New York flanking around the rear side. They get that flag very nicely. Looks like a couple more. Meanwhile, you have twin banners and such. Looks like the rest of Sussex Brigade's actually charging in here. Alabama Volunteer Corps doing the same as well. So 10th US is going to lose their flag here. Colquitt's and FSB moving up the center to wipe. And so that's a good start here for the CSA. I mean, tickets are slightly in CSA's favor. I mean, Union at least doing an okay job of keeping that even, but here comes Colquitt's FSB. They're starting to go around and turn the Union's flank. You can see CSA artillery at least hitting a couple guys up there.
Oh, that's rebels up there.
Union main spawns are guys that were holding down the bottom starting to move up. CSA's kind of congregating. They're not pushing in yet. The funny part too is they're not on point. They're just past it. So, interestingly though, from CSA, you have a group down the bottom, but you also have a group or so up top. I guess this is the main respawns for CSA that we're respawning up here.
Let's go. Double quick forward march. Break your loads if you got them. Let's go.
It looks like they're going to go. Maybe they're going to try to, you know, hit the Union as a team, the whole CSA, once this respawn wave gets up here. I mean, we'll see.
They're coming. They're coming. There's a whole unit coming northwest.
Shift fire, northwest banners.
But for now, CSA shifts a little back. I don't know. They're kind of lining up to take some shots. I don't know if they're going to charge in yet or not.
Shoot, boys.
Well, hello there, boys. I came here. What's up, bro?
And for now, they're just kind of using a shootout here. A little fascinating because you go from the previous round where the 2-corps side was very aggressive, charging a lot. Granted, they at least charged initially, and then they kind of sat and shot once they took the ground. I'm surprised they're engaging with the Union kind of in this short-range fight here.
Get that flag up. Flag's down. Oh, we're getting melted, boys. This isn't looking good.
But maybe they want to wear down the Union. Maybe they don't want to force them into their spawn yet. Because once CSA pushes the Union out of this position, Union can't really go anywhere. Union can only hold back in their main spawn. So maybe CSA is trying to farm some tickets, get Union down a little bit before going in. I mean, CSA will have the advantage with the shootout. You can see this ticket gap is slowly growing in CSA's favor.
Draw line, fire and hold back.
Move it up even further. New line.
Move it up, Bound.
We're aiming just over the crest of this little hill. You can see him sitting there like a bunch of fucking cowards.
The friendly's off.
And Union smartly just trying to back off. They're using the hill here. And it actually looks like they're going to go. Maybe they were just waiting to hit him down to engage so that if they do throw the Union off and cap the point, the counterattack time won't be as long. It only looks like the 59th went in, though. So, yeah, the thing... Oh, here comes some more. 2-core, 12th VA. And there goes Union down to engage. And so CSA went up top, 2-core, AVC, 12th VA. They take that, and they're going to start pushing Union down. Maybe they waited for Union to hit engaged. CSA already getting in the fun. The reason being is that, I mean, again, Union spawns down here. They don't have much, they don't have many places to go. So if Union does throw them off the stairway, they can go up this side, or they can try to run up this side to get to the point. Both areas are very congested, and when CSA's got buck and ball, it's going to shred through you. Anyways, the thing is that if CSA doesn't feel like they can deal enough ticket rate on the Union, because Union's going to be scrunched in their main spawn, CSA could try to cap point, which if they did that when the Union was in breaking or battle ready, it'd be a 20-minute counterattack versus engage, which would be 12. But I assume CSA is just going to keep trying to whittle them down as much as they can. Union's kind of going inconsistently at this. So we got Shrimp's POV from 6LA in the top left now. Very appreciative of that. And so at this point, if you're Union, your best bet is turtling. Or trying to retake the point. But retaking the point, you're going to lose a crap ton of guys trying to go up there. You're charging in the buck and ball in the condensed areas. You're not going to be able to break through that. At least if CSA capped the point, what that would do is allow you to regain tickets if you retook the ground. Because if you charge up and retake the ground, you're going to be down a crap ton of tickets. And so if I'm Union, I let CSA cap and then I try to go in. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to work, no, but we'll see.
About face to the west. Let's go, 5-9 to the west.
So, points teetering going back and forth between a cap and not.
Over the wall and hit him kind of like... Left, you fuckers! Left, you are going right!
And I don't know what Union's trying to do, but maybe just try to, and keep engaged with CSA. CSA keeps like half capping. I don't know if they're trying to or not. I mean, you'd think because it's going up, but it's been teetering now. It's starting to go up a little bit of the ways.
Oh, they are melted.
6LA on that cap.
POV, you're a fucking giant turd switch asshole. You can't get up. Can't fall down and it will kill you. No, I'm stuck.
So CSA cap the point. And now 12 minutes here. That's how long Union's got to retake the point. Now Union is the attacker, and if anything, Union's gonna hit final push before they take the point, I guess. If Union hits CSA down to last stance as a defender, they could retake the point then and win.
Everybody facing northwest. Everybody facing northwest. Hey guys, why are you looking at me? The other direction. Let's do this, everybody.
Oh, CSA artillery just shot into their own line. And it's going to allow Union to maybe deal some damage up front. CSA down to engage. Union's almost down to taking losses. One CSA flag is down right now. Union, they're maybe outnumbered here. I don't know. Leave that for you to decide, right?
Come up this way.
See what CSA's got up here. So Union's gonna hold that. CSA down to engage Union to taking losses. Looks like Union, though, is spawning in, and they're maybe trying to go up the other side, so it looks like they tried to hit this side aggressively, and then they're maybe trying to catch the Union off guard and going up this side. The issue for Union, though, is that they brought most, if not all, their flags over here, which means that if Union do end up getting guys up here, which CSA's already noticed them, Union wouldn't be able to get their respawns up here. I am utterly shocked that High Street was a map that was picked. Because it's like a pick and ban system for the maps. There's 6 maps. Each side gets to ban a few of them, and then I think that's the general gist of it. Don't know the specifics, but Union just trying to go in right now. CSA line is holding. You can see some are starting to actually move down the roadside here. 6LA. And they're going to try to get some nice flanking shots of the Union that are moving out of their main spawn. Union's just kind of trickling up right now. They're already halfway through taking losses.
Right in front, 7 Texas, right in front, right in front, right in front. Blow them up, blow them up.
Motherfuckers back.
Come on, you motherfuckers! Make your reload! Make your reload!
And CSA hold that. Here comes another Union wave. Those flags that were dropped by Union, they could be picked up or they'll despawn in 5 minutes. Not that that's going to really matter a whole lot here, but you know, if Union ever win High Street in a broadcast of mine, you know, they should receive a medal of some sorts. It's yeah, so if anything, this gold timer is going to drop when Union hits final push versus the gold timer actually naturally just going down to 0. So the reason why I'm not talking a whole lot of strategy for Union is because what can they do? Realistically, right? If anyone has any ideas, feel free to share them, but I don't know what you can expect to do as a Union team here and win. You only have 2 avenues up to the point, and when you have 150-some people crammed down in these tight areas, it's hard for you to break through. This is why I'm so surprised that this map was chosen. It's like you got some Union going up this side again, maybe trying to pick up those flags and get inside some of these buildings, which CSA's got a great angle of view here. So, I mean, there's nowhere to hide if you're Union. So, Union hit breaking. Wonder what the gold timer's going to drop through. When and if that happens. That's more like a when if it happens. It's not even an if. Me and Union just kind of slowed their attack. Now just sitting and shooting.
Make a hole, make a hole.
Rapid shots! 1 second to aim! 1 second to aim!
Anything higher than our friendlies at the bottom of the stairs needs to fucking die.
Open fire up the hill. Just shoot.
Up the hill! Do not kill the friendly!
Holy shit.
So, I mean, the thing is charging is the only thing you can do as Union here. Maybe they're trying to sit and shoot to reform, but sitting and shooting is not going to do anything for you as Union, because CSA is just going to respawn their guys in when you kill them right away. I mean, it's a flag spawning in someone every 5 seconds. When you get like 3 or 4 flags on a side, they're spawning 3 or 4 guys back in every 5 seconds, and it's hard to outshoot that on a consistent rate, even on a map like this where everything is crammed up. Granted, you get why Union's maybe changing their strategy. You know, it wasn't working the charging, but I mean, what other option do you have as Union here? Actually, CSA do outnumber Union by a fair amount too. What is it? 17. So some people in chat are saying that Union guys are rage quitting. A fair amount of saying that, and honestly, I feel like that's a fair argument considering that last round the 2-core guys curb stomped the MSG defense and it wasn't even close. And then we go to this map that CSA, which 2-core is leading, which they'll win. I mean, CSA never loses high street unless CSA is so incompetent. But even if you're incompetent CSA, it's hard to lose on this map. It's so tiny and there's not a lot of things to do that you can't really mess it up. So I wouldn't be surprised if some Union guys were like, I don't really want to play high street. We've seen numerous events ban this map, like Historical Rules event. HDC and admin of the Union side ended the round early because they were getting whooped so bad, and I mean you could see it happening here. So
I love hearing them scream.
Is this union sponsored by Let a Special Kid?
I mean, has that number changed at all? It's still about the same. So, I mean, we'll see. I wonder if this match will be redone, because I know there was a... I know the Twin Banners Cornbread matchup on Garland Stand was set to be a rematch. Some people are just dropping off and dying.
Hold and take aim. Hold and take aim.
Hold, take.
Steady.
Steady.
On the right. Fire. Reload.
But a couple CSA, looks like 59th New York is charging down. CSA wants this round finished. You know, if I were Union, I'd almost want the same thing. If I were Union, I mean, I'd just charge in. But it really makes you wonder how can High Street be changed to favor the Union more, because I mean you see a lot of people not liking Harper's Ferry because a lot of these maps are just like the one we're watching now.
Are you ready? Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
We do.
High Street is probably the worst map out of all of them in terms of just how lopsided it is and how tight it is. But anyways, here goes Union. They're going to have final push. I don't know if the gold timer is going to drop now that Union's kind of sat back.
Keep going! Keep going! Please! I have a family!
And Union, its final push. Gold timer, if it went down at all, I don't know. Union charge fizzled out very fast. That front group kind of held it. All we'll see at this point is just the massive amount of casualties moving in.
I will love you, and I will peg you, and I will call you George.
But man, again, this round is proof of why the heck would you not ban High Street as a map? I don't know what the other maps are, but I don't think you can even ask that question. High Street is one of these maps that you just don't even want to bother.
Good Lord, they like come around the corner and they just immediately die.
But now let's see what CSA's got up top there. I mean, I don't know if the other Union guy's alive. That's so. You know, I almost wonder what was going through the minds of the people in coordination when doing this. Because I feel like if you're on the MSG side, you're like, crap, we're Union on High Street. We're probably not going to win. I mean, that would be unfortunate. I mean, winning that first map for MSG was very critical, and there's always a window on Progress Mill for CSA to win that, but they got blown out. So, I mean, 2-core, I don't see any reason why they won't get the playoff at this point. They're ahead by a lot, and getting 6 points tonight for them is going to be huge. MSG, that's about as rough of a start as you can get. Actually, I I forgot that MSG played 2 matches earlier this season. My bad. I was a bit in a rush tonight. And it seemed that MSG didn't win either of those either. So MS3 is going to go 0-4, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs. But we'll talk about more about that when I show the standings after the fact. But yeah, this was a really short event. Really well done to 2-Core. I mean, when you get maps like this, you should be winning. And they did that exactly. I mean, you weren't necessarily expecting that on Progress Mill, but High Street, you were. They just pushed in, played aggressive, and dominated that pretty fast. So, not much more to say about this, but really well done to 2-Core tonight. I shocked about the map picks, but you know, is what it is in the end. So, yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I really... Unless Union holds the initial line and CSA just plays ultra conservative, I don't know if there's a way Union can win this. Unless CSA just, like, cops the point and lets the Union retake it. And, again, I don't think... I don't think CSA can ever be that bad to not have that result. So, we'll see you all shortly for the standings and summaries. And here are the stats for the second round. No comparison for this round, really. But anyways, here are the current standings with the updated games played and points. So that was MSG's second time leading. Apologies for saying that. But MSG's in a rough spot. 2-Core, I would say they pretty much locked up that playoff spot. But of course, we'll see. The regular season has 3 weeks remaining. And so for teams that have played 2 matches already or done 2 leading events already, the most amount of points they're going to be able to get is 12. So definitely some room here for groups like MSG, but it's going to be a difficult one. Anyways, with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise the regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Anyways, I appreciate you all, and we will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.